I'm the big turtle.
Stink.
You stink?
A little bit.
You should try deodorant.
Yeah.
All right. It's Hug a Turtle. Yeah. So it's a good start to.
I like that song.
Oh, Timmy.
My.
Timmy likes songs. He likes hugs. He's a good guy. He's back for another week. Welcome to the Divinely Uninspired Podcast, the podcast from Journey Church, and we are here with no prep with Penny.
No. Hi.
What you got there in your hand?
I don't.
Not the turtle. What's in the other hand?
It's just.
Garbage.
Yeah.
All right, and Jeremy.
Hello.
Hey, and we are back in a brand new year, 2026, and I'm sure we're all working on bettering ourselves.
Yep.
Anything big that you've started this year?
Yeah, I'm drinking these.
Well, for people who can't see us, which is just me and Penny, what is that?
It is Ava. It is a plant-based like protein drink, but it's got all of your vitamins and minerals you need for the whole day, all in one drink.
Oh.
And I have this cool little blender bottle that
Let's hear it. Well, that sounds
Y'all.
like a real weird part.
it blends it up for you. So
Jeremy's kind of the king of like having new bottles. Like he had the Circle water bottle that it lasted
I still use my Circle water bottle all the time.
like a month and a half.
It's in my truck right now. Do you want me to go get it and have two
No.
water bottles?
We're good.
Whoa.
He likes a good water bottle.
Now, do you like that Circle water bottle?
I do.
I don't like mine.
Our kids were all about it, and I was like, we are not buying you a Circle water bottle and then having these individual little things all the time.
They don't last very long.
No.
So, but I've also got a lot of the flavors, and I've found that just like the lemon, orange, and apple are the best. Like all the other flavors they make are terrible.
Yeah.
Just drink my Rockstar. It's fun. It's a conversation starter. And Penny, anything good starting out the year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I got nothing for you.
Well, we're a rough start. All right. Well, for the first time in my entire life, 44 years so far, I have been flossing regularly, and not because I made it a point to do it. Have you all ever used Comfort Plus Floss?
No.
Stupid. So the car that I drive was originally my wife's car, and she bought it. So she got a new one, and I took the old one, and it's got all her little crud that she would drive around in, and some of the stuff was still in the console, and she had floss in case she had like a little treat or something and had to go to school or a meeting. And it's like, I don't like regular floss. I've never enjoyed regular floss. It's always very stringy and it like hurts your gums.
I think I know which floss you're talking about.
This is like longer and it's
Yeah.
like silky
Oh,
and it's
okay.
nice.
Yeah.
And I'm
I
like,
know what
this
you're
is-
talking about.
I use the floss sticks, but you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
I use those.
Seems like a ecological nightmare that you're throwing that plastic away every time.
You
No, the
did not
turtles.
floss every day?
No, never flossed ever. That's not my...
It's a scam by the dentistry.
I floss
we've
every
talked
day.
about this all the
Yeah.
time. Fluoride, flossing,
Okay.
it's all
brushing your
well,
teeth.
yeah.
It's all
I
over.
thought you had some stuff
Big-
between your teeth.
big pharma.
You've been hanging on to that piece of chicken for
Lily,
Oh, that's
About
the
5
best.
months.
Is like you finally get it out. You're like a little
Ew.
treat. It's like a second.
Smells
It's like a second
gross.
little meal.
fling it right on the mirror in the bathroom. It's great. Penny's
The best is like beef brisket. Like you eat some brisket, it gets in your teeth, and then like a little bit later, you like pop it out, and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, we had some ribs the other night.
Yeah.
We were like right to the floss.
Yeah.
Penny's in the pocket of big floss, so she's not gonna support.
That's why I
us.
grew a beard too. So it's I get two meals. I get whatever gets caught in my beard, and what's going on over there?
I needed a Kleenex, and now I can't figure out how to get my headphones back on. I'm great now.
That was really. I'm really worried about you. It really did look like
It's a lot of gestures.
Oh, you got your turtle. That's nice.
What's his name?
Tommy?
No,
No, Leonardo.
I think it's a girl.
No, that's
Tammy.
Tammy.
Tammy the turtle. Tammy the turtle.
Tammy.
Stop.
Tammy the turtle.
She's on the mic too. That's great. What a day. All right. Well, so it's been a while. We had Christmas, right?
We did.
We have not met since Christmas, correct?
We have not.
Did everybody have a good Christmas?
It was good.
Yeah.
Busy.
That's good.
Busy Christmas. What do? Do you just have it at home? Do you go out to family? What do
We
you
do a lot of family things. We do like
That said, as someone who just forgot what they did for Christmas.
no,
Just made it-
it's been a while. We do like our like family and then another family, and then we do like our family, and then we do like big family. Two of the we have 5 Christmases
No, it's
basically.
okay. That's too many Christmases, and I love Christmas, but it's too much. Penny, what do you?
Yeah,
do?
we don't have to do all that. We do his big family like the weekend before.
Yeah.
So Christmas Day is usually it's us on Christmas morning, which is nice, and then we go over to my mom and dad's.
Yeah.
So it's nice. Christmas is always like really laid back. I like it.
Christmas for me really is Christmas Eve here with you all. That's the best time.
Yeah, I like Christmas Eve. It's fun.
With a packed house.
I
So
mean,
it's
they
good.
A lot of people-
it's chaos here for the kids because they're all wound up
Yeah.
because they're excited.
Well, yeah.
And it's just, here's some candy. We're going to send you home.
That's good.
Yeah.
this was the year that we were going to stay up and catch Santa. And I was like, Lily, go to bed.
Did you ever do that as a kid?
No.
No.
I've always been a sleepy kid. I was never a midnight person. So speaking of that, New Year's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do anything fun for New Year's?
I'm trying to think.
We're catching up, guys. We've not seen each other
we
in
did.
months.
Okay, so we were heading out to Vegas because we were going there for vacation, and then that night we went and watched Stranger Things at the movie theater.
Oh, Lonnie, duh. Was it the very last episode?
Yes.
Yeah. So no spoilers. What did you think about that?
I liked it. It had a good closing. I'm not complaining about it. A lot of people are a little upset because it didn't meet their, I guess, like idea of what they think all the characters should end up with, but I thought it was fine.
Yeah. Jeremy, are you a Stranger Things person?
Yeah, we watched it.
Yeah. What do you think of the ending?
It was okay. There was a couple plot things I'd like to have seen differently, but for the most part, I thought it was fine.
Yeah. I think they set the bar so low with the penultimate episode.
Well, I think there's been so many series that just ended. Like, I mean, Lost is probably the top of the list.
So bad.
That like the fact that it ended, but it's not even over because they've already announced they're doing another one. So it's not going to be the same characters as Hawkins, but basically the premise is going to be kind of the same.
Yeah.
It's not over.
Well, so that quick topic then, what do you think the best ending of a show ever?
I really liked, is it The Good Place? Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Did you watch that show? You would like that if you haven't watched it.
Yeah, I haven't watched
My
that.
wife enjoyed it. I did not see
Yeah,
it.
you would really like it.
Probably the two that stick out to me the best. I don't know if they were the best overall, but the way they ended
Yeah, that's what yeah.
would be Seinfeld because it ends with the exact same line that the whole show starts with. And then The Office when Michael comes back for the wedding and he's like, I can't be the best man. And then
I thought
Michael
Breaking
walks
Bad
in.
was good as well.
Yeah, Breaking Bad was okay.
Yeah.
I was like, Seinfeld was notoriously hated on for years for their.
Well,
their
the final two episodes were awful, but the final scene where they're in prison and it starts with the exact same line the show started with was pretty clever.
Yeah.
But then I thought The Office ended well. Like, I mean, because the last couple of years went off the rails, but then the way they brought him back for the last episode and Dwight's wedding, I thought that was nice.
Yeah,
Nice
I
little
thought so
touch.
too.
Yeah, Breaking Bad had the ending. I was like, this is just, it's how you do television. They were
Yeah,
like,
it was really
It's
good.
crazy. It's action packed, and it was. It seemed like a finale until they made that Netflix movie.
Yeah.
But
I forgot about
Justified. Justified's got the best ending.
well, then they came back though, and they made
Yeah,
another
but they
season.
should have
of
just ended it with that line of because we dug cool together.
that. Right.
There's only one TV show that has completely ruined the ending, and that was Lost.
What about
No,
Game
The
of Thrones?
Sopranos was pretty
Oh,
bad.
Game of Thrones. Yes,
Have you heard about
absolutely.
that controversy?
No.
That there's a big thing out trying to get them to rewrite the final season of Game of Thrones because who wrote the book? It was
R.R. Martin.
Yeah,
George
R.R. Martin.
George R.R.
Basically, the last season he hadn't written any of the actual books yet, so
Right.
they were just like writing on their own. And now that those books are done, there's like a big thing to like go back and redo it. And the actors are all like upset.
Are you a Game of Thrones person?
I did watch Game of Thrones.
Okay. The episode, we may have already talked about this. I'm having like a flashback. The episode where the White Walkers are coming into Winterfell.
Spoilers for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, well, it's really
You
dark.
should
Do
already
you remember
seen it
how
by now.
dark those episodes were?
Yeah.
And you're like looking at the TV, like what's even happening right now?
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
What?
No, I just know it's a bad. I never started it because of how bad the ending was. I said I'm not going to watch 9 seasons of this. To
Oh,
be
it's
upset.
good.
Anyways, I guess
Yeah.
I'll talk to Jeremy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Tammy,
They redid those. So they lightened them up so you can actually see it. So I need to go back and rewatch like at least those episodes.
Yeah.
yeah, great.
But you should watch the show. It's great.
Well, I heard, and then the ending's so sad or so upsetting. And I
It
was like,
wasn't.
It wasn't
It wasn't
people,
that bad.
well, I
Like,
remember that it was because
it
people
was
were fierce.
upsetting in who got left in power, but like there should have been some other decisions made. But like the actual ending was fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe I'll check it out. No, they redid. Did you watch the new season of Justified?
Yeah, I did.
kind of-
I didn't care for it very
It was
much.
very strange.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Yeah, but they brought what's his face back at the end, and they were teasing another.
Yeah, Boyd Crowder.
I'd watch more of it.
Yeah.
But Boyd Crowder got real famous. Like in
he's,
real life,
he's
that
went
guy,
on to do a bunch
Walton
of stuff.
Goggins is
yeah,
like,
he's like all over the place now.
yeah. Well, so then let's go back. What did you were in Vegas then for New Year's? Mm-hmm. How was that? I heard you went to the Sphere.
We did. We kind of did like the whole Vegas, like did the whole thing. We barely gambled. Like there wasn't a whole lot of time to like go out without the kids anyways. And it just, we went and watched a magician. That was fun. And then we went to the Sphere and watched The Wizard of Oz, which is awesome. It was definitely worth the money.
Yeah.
The Sphere is a hot mess though. Like I'm just going to tell you the security to get in, it's like wrapped around the whole entire, it's ridiculous. And then it takes you like, it's like going to an NFL game because you have to go up about 10 flights to even get to the upper level. So it was great.
Yeah.
I have literally no complaints about that. It would be awesome.
It sounded
to
like
see
you
a
had two
band.
complaints, and then you.
That was the only. Now inside it was great. Like
Did
it was
you-
awesome.
Did you go to the buffets?
We didn't go to any buffets. I mean, have you seen my family? Like they're
But isn't it like
Little.
what Vegas is known for is like their buffets?
I mean, we didn't go to buffets either. So
yeah,
it was-
no buffets. We did go to an all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue,
So that would be a buffet?
and it was awesome.
I mean, all you could eat would
We
be
just
a
like
buffet.
put everything on it. And
Was it to bring it to the
they're like, you
table?
want some more? We're like, yeah.
Well,
We just ate it.
Explain
It was
the
great.
difference to me between all you can eat and. So they brought it to the table as much as you wanted, is what you're saying. It wasn't okay. So
Oh, there
it is
wasn't like you went up to like a thing.
No, it was sushi and Korean
Still gotta
food.
consider that a buffet though.
Whatever. It wasn't. A buffet is like in front of you, like a buffet.
when Terry gets there, were they winking at him like,
No,
know.
no, but
you like this? Is it good?
So that's actually a really funny story. So we Ubered a lot. And then when we got in the Uber, like a lot of Hispanic speaking people. So
Yeah.
they were driving the Ubers and they would get in and he would be the one up front and they would start talking to him in like Spanish. And he's like, I'm not.
Does he speak Korean? No.
A little bit, but not
He
enough.
should have started speaking to them in Korean.
It was just funny because every time someone sees him, they assume that he is Hispanic. And I'm like, okay. So he's like, yeah, that's what he said to him. It was funny. It happened at least 4 out of the 5 times we got in an Uber.
Yeah, we did a lot of lifting while we were there. It's not my favorite thing. Do you all do that a lot anywhere? Get in a ride share?
We like, especially in bigger cities, we do.
I like having a car.
Yeah, well, we had to leave mine at the shop the other day, and Nick couldn't get me there to pick it up in time, and I was like, I gotta get this person and pay him $20 to drive me across town. It's
Yeah,
weird.
I've done it, but I'm not a big Uber Lyft person.
Yeah,
I'd
we
rather
are.
have a rental car.
It seems very expensive.
Especially in bigger cities like Vegas, it's expensive to keep your car
Oh,
at
yeah.
the hotel. If you go to like Chicago or to New York, like you don't want to. You need to Uber.
Chicago is like $45 to park everywhere you go.
Yeah,
it's really
it's
silly.
you have to Uber.
Yeah. Well, Jeremy, you had fun on New Year's as well afterward. What'd you do?
I was in Florida.
Yeah.
Yep.
What'd
But
you
it
do
was
there?
cold.
Oh.
We just walked
What do you do
around.
in cold Florida? That's a good question.
We still walked on the beach and stuff, and then like our pool had like hot tubs, and the pool was heated. So kids got a lot of money, so we took them to outlet malls. We did that. We
Kids got a lot of money.
for Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're at the age. They're at the age they don't get gifts anymore. Everybody just gives them money.
Yeah.
So, did a lot of shopping and
Well,
stuff.
anything fun? Come home with the kids because I know kids like to buy stupid things.
No, I will say. So one of our goals for that trip was Elliot got a drone for Christmas.
Nice.
And so we were going to take it down to the beach. He actually got a metal detector. So
Oh.
he's a 12-year-old and a 75-year-old.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
We love our metal detector. It's fun
So
to
we
take
got a
some
metal detector, and it was actually just a couple fun stories. So first of all, the drone, we were going to take it to the beach.
Can't
and all
use
that
it
stuff.
in Destin, can you? No.
Well,
it's all airport.
And we got it out of the box and set it on the driveway like on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
Took it up in the air, and we'd read the manuals, like we were good. We pushed this button that we thought we were supposed to bring it home.
Mm-hmm.
It did not. And what it does is it's a button that makes the drone go in like a big circle around you,
Mm-hmm.
and it immediately crashed right into a tree. And like this is within like 15 seconds of it. Yeah, we literally crashed into a tree within 15 seconds. So
Is it
then we
okay?
were like, yeah, it's fine. We were like, but we're not going to take it on vacation and lose it in the ocean.
be
But we did it a metal detector, and we went metal detecting all one day and didn't find anything. So then another day I was out for a run, and I found a ring on the ground.
Oh.
And on the sidewalk, and it wasn't like a real ring. It was still metal though. So I was going to bury that for him and stuff, and then he could find it, and it's going to be like a big found treasure.
Did you do that?
No, we forgot.
Oh, well,
I
that-
forgot that I put it in my pocket.
That was about the way Game of Thrones ended. That story there. That just it was exciting. It just went.
But we did it. We went metal detecting a couple times, and yeah.
Well, that's fun.
We found some aluminum foil. We found a fork prong and a coin to a Chuck E. Cheese.
That's really exciting because they don't do those coins anymore, right? So that
It wasn't really like a
cool.
Chuck E. Cheese. It was like a knockoff Chuck E.
Still,
Cheese.
that's. I mean, I think only Rec Bar here does. Look at those coins. It's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
Speaking of coins,
Oh,
this got me thinking about it. So there is a casino in Vegas that still does the coins.
yeah.
It's fun.
But yeah,
When's the last time you got like a cup of coins from a slot machine?
the only
Well, I've never done a
gambling
slot machine.
The only gambling we did was the penny slot on the way out the door at the very end. But there was one at
never
the
mind.
Planet Hollywood. Well, I enjoy.
I've actually never done a slot machine.
no
Never
it's-
once.
I only like the ones that you like pull it, and the analog ones. The digital ones are like this
Yeah.
is all just a scam. I don't understand how.
No, like it's not like a judgment. Like I play poker and stuff, but I've literally never done like a slot machine.
gosh.
I've never played blackjack. I've never played.
I need to take y'all.
I've never done. What's the ball thing?
Teach y'all about
Roulette.
some slots.
I've never
listen,
done any of that.
How do you teach slots?
So we are the nerds that sit at home and watch YouTube videos on how to properly bet penny slots. Like how many lines do you do? What's the amount of bets? Do you do the max bet?
Technically,
Do you do
anytime you
7?
gamble, it's penny slots.
No, I mean,
Or
there's,
your penny. That's
yeah.
fine.
I mean,
was a
I just
play
meant
on.
like there's like pennies and quarters. You don't want to do quarters because you're talking like if
No.
you do a 7-line bet, like you're paying like $5 it's ridiculous.
Big money baller. You don't want to bid the $5 on it. So here's the thing. When we were in college, they opened up the boat. What was it then? It wasn't Horseshoe.
Caesars.
It was Caesars. And we would go over there, me and my friend Billy, and we had this like glamorous idea of what a casino is because it was always like Ocean's 11 and James Bond. And we got there and it was a purple tracksuit. And we're like, oh, we're the best dressed people here by a mile. But we would go maybe 2 or 3 times a month on the weekends, and people like they recognized us a couple of times. And we're like, I think we've been here too much, but we would play roulette because that's fun.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't spend a lot of money because we didn't have a lot of money, but we didn't go too. That was the rule. Was like you get a little bit of cash, you don't go to the ATM because it's a scam too. And so we'd walk through, and like Justin went with us a few times. You know, you go put the vibe out first because you don't want to lose all your money and then be stuck there for 3 hours with your friends. And they had the big. Up at the top, it was like the big slot machines, and it was like $100 or $200 a pull. And we're just like, "What are you doing?" People were up there playing, and I'm like, "You're $100 a pull on a slot machine?" Well, I mean, I'm sure
High roller.
If it went out, like if it won, I'm sure you won so much money. But to have enough money to waste on $100 a pull slot machine is insane to me. So
It is insane.
no, all the roulette tables where we were had extra numbers added to them for the house advantage. So you were already going to lose, but they were adding extra green ones, and I'm like, this is.
Well, the games, like the blackjack, I mean, they still have dealers and stuff, but everything's like electronic now.
Yeah, it's
like craps, roulette, all of them have people there like monitoring, but there's no interaction.
Oh, well,
It's nice.
On Fremont Street at like the Golden Nugget, or those places all still had the old school ones.
Did they?
So
the
we were
smokers, like someone
it
smoking
was a
like
mess.
20, like a whole pack of cigarettes next to you.
Yeah, that's when I realized that those places weren't for me. The first time I went, I've only been in the boat, or not the boat now, but I've been there twice. And the first time I went, I remember like walking in, like same thing, like all this excitement. Like I'm going to casino. I've watched Ocean's 11. Like I'm ready.
You thought you were.
And I walk in, and it's just like there's like these old ladies sitting there like smoking cigarettes, and like this one lady's like taking this pick and then taking our oxygen machine and putting it on her mouth, taking a cigarette.
Oh, there was a lot of that.
Oxygen
Yeah.
machine, and I'm like, what is going? This is sad. Like it felt sad to be more than exciting.
After a while, it's real sad when you start really like looking at it, and you're like, oh no, this.
Yeah.
Same way like the show, like something like Hoarders, where you watch an episode and you're like, this is great, but you watch 2 and you're like, oh no, this is real heartbreaking, and the human condition is falling apart. So, well, I'm glad y'all had a great time because we are back, and we're back to a sad 2026 because, as Jeremy likes to point out, we're all at least 2 of us are a certain age, up there.
You're old.
Do you know what we lost? MTV went away.
I know. They even had like a little funeral for it. Did you see that?
No.
MTV went away?
Yeah.
Well, it's about time. I mean, they hadn't done anything good in a long time.
I mean,
Is VH1 still around?
no.
I don't even have cable. I wouldn't be able to tell you what.
That's what I was saying. I
So
don't know.
what did it happen to it?
They shut it down. They said, why are we here? We're just showing ridiculousness for 24 hours a day. That
Who's
Rob
doing
Dyrdek
the
show.
Road Rules challenge?
I think we've all those people are
I've been
40
on it
now.
like 10 years.
The real was a Real World Road Rules challenge.
I
Yeah.
think Theo Vaughn was like,
I
listen,
love
I'm the
Theo
only
Von.
I'm the only
Oh
success
my
story from
gosh.
that show. So
Yeah.
it's all
Actually, not. Doesn't one of them work for the government now? Like director of
photography.
transportation.
I don't-
Director of
I don't know who
transportation,
that is.
Sean something. See, y'all don't know. Y'all
Sean P.
didn't.
Diddy Combs.
It was,
I don't think he's a director.
it was Jesse Cole that won the VJ.
I'm gonna look him up while y'all are talking.
All right. Well,
We just have different news sources, I think, is the problem here.
yeah. I don't know.
So, I mean, they should bring it back. We should make music videos should come back. Somebody should
They
buy
did.
it out and do
They're
like just music videos.
I would say they're bigger on YouTube than they ever were.
Sean Duffy,
Sean Duffy Combs. That's what. That's
Yeah, I
what
just said.
transportation secretary. Yeah.
I did not know who that is. But
Yeah. Okay.
was he on Road Rules or Real World?
I think he was both because they like took from the real world and then they put him.
Well, I didn't know which one he came from because I know Real World. It's when people stopped being fake and started being real. I enjoyed.
The other episode that I ever watched was the one that the real crazy guy reminded me of Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. There's like a crazy guy that was on one of the early
Does it look
seasons.
familiar?
I don't know.
No.
No, I didn't watch MTV. Did you not just hear the part where I just said I literally watched one season of the show?
Imagine that guy ripping beer
Who
bombs
was it?
and
There
running.
was a guy that was on the very early on that was like real crazy and wild and like kind of like Flea.
Pedro. No, not Pedro.
He had like a one word name. Yeah, it was like something like skunk or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but we need to bring that.
I didn't
Somebody.
even find out. I was gonna say Spike, but I think that's from like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something.
There was definitely a Spike who. Somebody's getting the nickname Skunk at church, so I don't know.
Oh my gosh. So obviously Real World was on before like the internet took off. So like for Christmas or something, I would ask for like books on the Real World. I still have them at home, like books on all the gossip that went on behind the scenes of the show. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing.
Yeah, it should be. That sounds real embarrassing that you said it out loud on here, but I'm proud of you.
Puck. His name was Puck.
Puck. It was Puck, everybody.
Yes, David Puck Rady, arguably the most infamous cast member.
Didn't they kick him out of the house?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they
Is he
did.
the one that threw a fork at somebody?
His obnoxious behavior, poor hygiene, and constant conflicts. Puck.
Actually, I think that's the one that Sean Duffy was on.
So
I could be
Skunk
wrong.
wasn't too far from Puck.
Skunk and Puck.
Yeah.
Spike. Anybody else?
They were
know
all
the name?
bad guys from the Ninja Turtles. I don't know all of these characters. What are we talking about? All right.
Well, rest in peace.
He's not dead.
Are you sure?
MTV.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I was like, gosh, the guy's not even. I would actually wonder what he's up to now.
Do you have any? Were you all allowed to watch MTV as a child?
No, we didn't have cable.
I did when I became a teenager. Yeah.
Were you allowed to watch it?
Yeah.
It was.
I just told you I got books on it for Christmas.
Well, yeah, but that, I mean, it was frowned upon in our house, but I still watched it because it was cool. Or Spring Break. I mean, stuff that if my kids were watching now, I'd be horrified.
Do they still do all that?
They don't have
Spring
MTV.
Break? No, I'm talking about like the spring break stuff. Remember how crazy that was? Like literally back in the day, there'd be like big parties at Holiday Inn. They'd have it on MTV. Do they still do that type of stuff on spring break for kids?
Not on MTV.
No, I think that years ago. Well, Panama City, remember they shut down Spring Break.
Yeah,
No more Spring Break.
on the podcast we talked about it.
Okay.
We went to Daytona and we saw Vanilla Ice.
I don't think that stuff exists anymore.
It was a terrible show.
I kind of want to see Vanilla Ice now.
Now I think he would do his popular music. Then it was when he was trying to do rap rock and he was being real serious and
Cool.
it was not.
You would go pay to see Vanilla Ice?
Yeah.
It was free. It was at a club.
I can come to the state fair.
The thought of me going to a club right now, I laugh out loud to myself. Like, no, I can't even. The thought of
clubbing a lot too.
Oh man,
Do you went clubbing?
I believe it. I mean, I would go to, and I didn't. I was not front. Jillian's would go to Jillian's. We were in a nursing home talking about our childhood. What
I was like, what are y'all doing?
All right. So okay, well, all right. Then this summer, have you all seen? I have a question because I know you all are big concert people. You're big festival people. Have you seen the Rock the Country tour that's coming to our country to celebrate 250 years of freedom?
Oh my.
No.
That sounds.
Well, so listen, take with it what you will, because depending on how you feel about things, but it's going to be 8 big shows. But let me ask you where this divulges on this lineup that we have, because honestly, it's not a bad country concert if you're real into like new country. But Kid Rock's going to be at several of them.
I was going to say Kid Rock's going to
Jason Aldean, Jelly Roll, of course, because he's always everywhere. Brooks and Dunn, Miranda Lambert, Hank Williams Jr., Leonard Skinner, Ludacris, Nelly. Like when did this happen? Where
I think Ludacris and Nelly really bought into the whole like country rap thing.
Well, Nelly did for sure because he had a song with.
But I think Ludacris is
people probably know him more from Fast and the Furious.
That's what I was
now.
going to say. He's in Fast and the Furious, and that's like same people as in country music.
No, he's doing
Fast and the
State Farm.
Furious.
Well, hang on. I love the Fast and Furious movies, and I do not care for new country music. But he's doing State Farm commercials. But it just seemed like a very strange energy shift to go from Hank Williams Jr. to Nelly, and he had one country song, and I just don't.
I think here might be the thing. Like if Nelly and Ludacris did a concert by themselves, who's getting excited about that?
Oh, well, not this year, nobody.
But if they made like a guest appearance at like a country concert or like, I mean, that'd be.
Yeah.
Like if someone brought out, like if I was going to see somebody and they were like, and we got Nelly, I'd be like, awesome. They brought out Nelly. But like, I would never be like,
I agree
I'm
with that.
going to see Nelly
That's
tonight.
Fair. I have seen Ludacris in concert, but
Yeah.
it was when it was proper to see him 20 years ago. So
Okay. I was like, where was this at?
he was with Eminem.
Oh, that would be good. That's
was a good-
actually, yeah.
It was a little bit disappointing, but it was fine. And Papa Roach.
Oh my gosh.
Big show. So, all right. Well, so nothing for that. All right. Well, so you do lift share or ride shares, you say?
I do.
And you
Jeremy
don't.
does not.
And I tend to agree when I'm somewhere else. I don't care for it because I'd rather just have a car to be. Sometimes I'm embarrassed. I'm like, I don't want to. They're like, this guy has called 3 times to go to a fast food place while he's at a hotel. But do you do DoorDash?
I do DoorDash.
I know you do it here, but do you do it at home?
Yeah.
Do you do it at home?
No.
Well, you said so condescendingly the way he said no to the.
Yeah. So you're willing to waste money on a Uber, but
I didn't. Uber is like when I'm away. I don't call it to my house to pick me up because I'm too lazy to drive.
Whoa. Okay. Hang on. No one said lazy.
Yeah, no one said lazy.
But I would think the DoorDash. So what do you DoorDash and why do you like? What is your appeal?
So first of all, if like y'all where you all live, like they will probably deliver like pizza to your house. Nobody will deliver to my house, so we have to DoorDash pizza if we have a pizza delivered.
Yeah,
but we don't DoorDash a lot. Like but I have done it.
But you don't get any joy in just going out and getting.
I would never like DoorDash McDonald's or like Taco Bell or something like that.
Except infamously, about 1 year ago today, the McRib episode.
Well, that was here, so that was reasonable. We were in the middle of an episode. We did that literally live.
Yeah,
he does it every Sunday morning for the band.
Right. I didn't know if you all did it regularly. They have apparently started a new thing where when you order and you give a low tip, they let you know that the food might be cold by the time you get there, or that you need.
What?
It's like a low tip warning that you might not be getting as good a service as you. This is something I just heard on a podcast. I'm not 100% sure. I've never DoorDashed because I'm a big going out and get the food yourself or make food at home. I'm already going, this is $15 for some McDonald's. I don't want to add $8 to it to get it to my house. I really don't care that much about it. I'd rather just have some chips.
I don't know.
I didn't know.
I've never experienced that.
So I didn't know if you get it a lot, if you would tip. What is your tipping situation on like an Uber?
I have a story about that.
Well, let's go. Well, I mean, you got a microphone in your mouth.
So we were, I have like a piece of fuzz. It must be this giant turtle.
Tammy shedding.
She's melting. When we were in Chicago, I guess it was a couple spring breaks. No, it was just Terry now, a long time ago. So it may have been like 4 or 5 years ago. We went and we were catching Ubers to like go out to eat and do that sort of thing because it was really cold. And usually like you can tip. Like you don't have to. It's not required. Right. And you'll never see them again. If I'm being really honest. Yeah. So like if you don't tip. So this lady picked us up and she was all over the place even picking us up. And we're like, we're not tipping this lady. Like this is ridiculous just to pick us up at a restaurant and take us back to the hotel. Well, we get back to the hotel and we're about ready to go to bed. And he was like, I just got fined from Uber because the driver had posted pictures of throw up in her car and said it was us. She posted pictures. So Uber was going to charge us like $300.
Yeah, that's wild, the price.
And so we had to dispute it with Uber. We're like, we haven't been, there's no reason. No one threw up in her car. So she tried to scam us.
Yeah.
So maybe tip at least something. She was probably mad we didn't tip.
Yeah.
So anyways, but generally, we tip for Uber or Lyft. Not a lot, unless it's like a big drive.
Just 20%. Like, what is the standard? I know that.
I don't know, like $4 or $5, maybe.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, depending on what it was.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if it's like Uber's, like if you're just going around the corner, in Chicago, it was maybe less than $10.
Yeah.
So
what do you do a DoorDash tip?
It's usually 10 to 15%.
Yeah.
Like that's actually, I do like that about DoorDash. It doesn't start at 20%. It actually starts at 10%. And then it has 8%, 10%. Like, like a lot of the screens, like they just start at 20% now.
Right.
This one starts at 10 and then it's 8% or 15%. So
Walmart's the same way, like your Walmart Plus.
It depends on what I'm ordering. Like if I'm ordering a bunch of food, then usually I'm like, okay, like, So.
Yeah.
Y'all are so wild. I would never order Walmart anything to my house.
I do Walmart Plus all the time.
Yeah. They come to my house every
Well,
have you ever been to a Walmart?
Well, it's good sightseeing.
It is worth the money not to have to go into Walmart.
Man, shots fired at Walmart. Well, we are getting rid of Amazon and we're going with Walmart, the shipping, because it's so much cheaper. And it's
have both.
The same. Well, we have both now. And my wife was like, we got to get rid of one of them. And Amazon just keeps going up. And then Walmart will bring you something to the house that day.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Walmart's like, or Amazon's like, we'll see you in 3 or 4 days, even though it's Prime and it's supposed to be here this afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, now we got that out of the way. So, all right. Well, we got one more question for you before we get into something. When you are reading, do y'all read paper books? I know Jeremy reads a lot of books. Do you read paper books?
Yes.
All right. How do you mark your pages?
I don't. I just remember what page I was on.
Oh, that's
listen to this
silly.
nonsense. Okay.
I usually just pick up whatever is nearby.
Okay. That's kind of what I do, but I'm not against
like a cucumber.
Yes, because I randomly have a cucumber.
She's making.
I mean, if you're eating a
next to
pickle,
me.
if you eat a pickle, read the book.
No, I meant like if there's like a piece of paper or something, I'll just stick
You
it
said
there.
anything. You just said I thought it had to be.
I have a question.
Like
Why do you think she's at home eating pickle? I got a nice snack at my book.
Eating a pickle.
I feel like reading the new Twilight. And
I feel like she strikes me as somebody who would eat some pickles if she's reading a book.
I
do
like pickles.
Corn or your dill. No, not corn. What was the stuff we had last time?
What have you put corn on the top? Or just a kernel? Just one kernel.
It wouldn't be worse than that
String of hair.
cotton candy we had.
Yeah, just pick a booger. Just swipe it on the page.
Oh no, Jeremy, it's not a library book. That's what people I think do with those because.
Guys.
But okay, so
I don't fold. I don't do the corners.
I do a dog ear sometimes if there's nothing around. I do just throw whatever in, but my daughter gets so upset. And apparently there's a whole community of people who are like, you do not ruin a book or hurt a book by folding the pages down.
I heard it.
Well, they're just like, it's a book. It's supposed to be,
Does it have feelings?
Well, maybe it's true. People get real upset apparently online about it. Some people, and my daughter was very upset. Like the fact that her dad would have ever done that in his life. I'm like, what are you talking about, you weirdo? But I didn't know if that was just a weird Addie thing. If you're listening, Addie, sorry.
I'm currently reading on my Kindle, so there's no.
Oh man,
I do like something tangible though. I like a book, like to read a book. But
Can I ask a question?
Don't even, because I know exactly where this is going.
How big is the font?
No, that's exactly
That's why you read on your Kindle.
Yes, shut up. I hate you. You're done.
Addie's font on her text messaging is full. Like it's zoomed in all the way. I'm like, well, how old are you? You don't even wear glasses. Why is your font so big?
It's like a sentence per page.
I just don't understand. I don't like the I don't like the Kindle because I like having a book. I like
something tangible to us.
But I would say the Kindle, the new ones, like the paperwhite ones, like you're not holding a physical book, but it looks like you're reading a book. Like it looks like pages.
Do you not have an iPad?
Oh, I can't do it on an iPad.
Why? What's the difference?
Well, I have a 12-inch iPad, so that's pretty hard to hold. It's probably used for preaching. So, but yeah.
How big is your Kindle?
I use my iPad.
My Kindle's probably a little bit bigger than my phone.
Yeah, mine's like that. Yeah.
All right, well, good for y'all.
It's zoomed in.
I like the Kindle better because it doesn't have the blue light. It doesn't have the blue light. It just has this is like a piece of paper.
No,
I don't want to wear my glasses.
Your glasses. Well, that's good. All right. Well, good job, guys. All right. So, getting into some big topics now. Let me just ask your opinion of these things because we mentioned Sean Puffy Combs earlier. We're not going to talk about this documentary that everybody watched on Netflix. I don't know if you all watched it, but we
talked about it. No, we talked about
a little bit.
We didn't really get into.
No, we probably shouldn't. For a lot of reasons,
but so it came up in that documentary, and then recently there's been this kerfuffle amongst the travel planners. This lady who she had a big Disney travel agency, and she decided that she kind of seems like she might have lost her mind. And she said that everybody was stealing from her and that the people that were doing the books were keeping 2 sets of books and then all this allegedly. And she fired everybody, like hundreds of people who worked for her. Like she had, and then she was online bragging about, she was like, I paid cash for my $4 million house from this company. And everybody's like, you should probably not be online talking about how much money you have in this house you're building when you've fired everybody 2 weeks before Christmas. And she wasn't going to pay them and all this stuff. But she was very much online, like, God told me this was going on and that these were demons stealing from me and Disney was stealing from me. And she lost all of her credentials and stuff through it, but she's kind of lost her mind. But then everybody who was on the other side that got fired were all like, God's opening up a door and planning. And in that Diddy documentary, they were talking like, God's got us. And Diddy kept saying stuff like that. And what is it about people who just do crazy things and then say, well, it's God. God told me to do that. And this is God's plan. And it doesn't matter how many people I fire for no cause, and especially in that situation where both sides were using, well, God's got us on this side, and God told me that they're demons, and they're like, well, God told us that this is a new plan, and we hate each other, but God's got us. Like, what is it about us that we do that? That we tend to justify everything we do.
I don't know. I'll tell you an example of that though. That if you haven't watched it, so there was that influencer. It was called Party of 8. And they were in Utah, they were Mormons. And which, by the way, did you know most 90% of the influencer community on YouTube and stuff is all Mormons, and they're funded by the local church.
On where?
On any of those, growing up, any of those videos that your kids watched of the opening packages or going on trips or going to Target, Mormon. They're all Mormon, and it's funded by the Mormon church basically to be hey, we're normal, we're like everybody. We're normal.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was one called Party of 8. It just came out, and then there's actually a new documentary about not the family, but the psychologist that worked with them, the counselor that worked with them, and it's called it'll come up on your top 10, but I'm butchering it because I can't remember the names of any of these things, but it was the same thing. It was she was doing awful things to kids, and she was basically that there's demons inside of them, and I've got to get them out. And so God told her to do this. And then when it came out, all the horrible things she was doing to these children, in that documentary, she's from prison, they're have a call that she made to somebody, and she's basically ascribing herself to Jesus, that she's being tried, Jesus was tried. And I'm like, no, you abused children.
Right.
That's what happened. So to answer your question, I don't know. Theologically, I don't know. Here would be the psychological sociology guess as to why we do this. I think that Two things. Most people, when they say God told me to do that, or this is God's will, it's already what they wanted to do anyway. It just sounds nicer to say that God told them to do it. And then you can't argue with it. It's kind of like a trump card, you know, like, you know, hey, here's my plan, but you gotta know God told me to do this. So bam, like, cause how do I prove that like God, like I'll tell you like an example. Like there was a job that I was offered years ago in Charlotte, North Carolina to start work at this church. And we met with the guy and it just didn't feel right. Like there was a lot of like, I wouldn't say like major red flags, but just some like red flags in the interview process. So like I called him the next day and said, hey, I appreciate, you know, the interview and like you guys looking at me and like, you know, all this stuff. It was a big church and it was, I was flattered that they would consider me but it just didn't seem like a good fit. And he's like, well, actually I've been praying about it and God told me that you're the right person. And I'm like, well, that's weird because I literally got like weird feelings leaving the meeting with you last night. You know, I didn't tell him that, but I was like, I just don't feel like it's right. So I don't know. I don't know why we do that. I don't know. Like in those instances we just brought up about like maybe P. Diddy or like this documentary with this lady, if it's they know they're doing something wrong and they want to justify it by like maybe acting like it's not. It's like, I don't know. Does that make sense? Like if God's in it, then it can't be wrong. And I'm not sure I'm supposed to be doing this, so I'll just say that God told me to do it. Yeah. Versus just owning up to the fact that you're probably doing something that you wanted to do that you probably shouldn't have been doing.
Well, I always think like when people say stuff, I tend to give them the benefit of the doubt. A lot of times, like when you think like, well, I mean, God told somebody to go, you know, sacrifice their child on a hill, you know, and, you know, Old Testament stuff. But like that, like, well, you know, who would have ever thought?
But he also told him not to.
Yeah,
at the last second.
Yeah, but I mean, it's that kind of thing. Like, you know, he believed he was being faithful then, and like, so these people kind of just do whatever and go, you know, I mean, I'm just.
But I think from like
a
human history, like, okay, so I think, so how deep do you want to get on this?
Well, man, however deep.
Okay, so I think if you pull way back, so look at human history. Like human history is all about men, mainly men.
You're welcome, everybody.
Until the last, 50, 60 years. Yeah. But mainly men abusing their power. Right. And the two ways that they did that was through deity, like God told us to, the gods told us to, like this is what the God said. And then the second way is just through sheer like domination of like being a king or a Caesar, or like you just have all these people. You have a big army and nobody can tell you no, basically everything. So it's either God told me to do it or I've got a big enough army or influence that you can't stop me, But that's
or
like
both.
That's it, or both sometimes. That's human history. I mean, like look at the Crusades. Like God told those people to go in and slaughter all of those other people just because they didn't believe the same way as them, or And so I look at it and I go like, if we want to go real deep, I mean, we could really break down historical references where you have men doing things that are so un-Christ-like or like what Jesus would do, but then using it as Jesus as a reason or justification for why they got to do it. And those are the questions you ask, and I think that's just carried on into, today's culture only on smaller scale, but like, yeah, God told me to do that, or God. And I always say like, okay, did God really tell you to do that? Or that's just what you wanted to do anyway? And there was no like clear no's. And so you just went with it. You know?
Well, if I was not just trying to be a observer of this and get involved, I really wanted to get in there and tag them both and be like, all right, now who is correct? Because you're both claiming like on this Instagram, like nonsense with the tribal people. I'm like, which God are you all both praying to or talking about? Because you're both claiming it and you're both on completely opposite sides of.
Well, and I think it's always convenient that God wants you to do what you already wanted to do. Yeah. Or you thought you wanted to do, or you thought you could do. And that's just convenient that God all of a sudden. I mean, how many times like, well, no, God told me no. Yeah. Like God actually told me not to do that. Yeah.
Penny, did you have?
I thought y'all were just having a conversation.
Oh, you had it's
wow. Fine. Her name was Ruby Frank. Talking about the social media star.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ruby Frank. What was?
I think.
Let's go back.
Frank, Ruby or something.
What was that?
Doesn't matter. What I was going to say was that we have this idea as humans that we have fate or destiny, that this is our life that's already been predestined for us. Mm-hmm. And so when they assume those things, it's because, well, this is what my trial is supposed to be. And I think what is forgotten is that what we do, our choices are made or done by free will. Mm-hmm. So it really isn't your fate.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think a lot of people do think like, well, this is God's plan. I'm like, well, you're just messing up. And then I'm going through this trial because of, I'm just being tested. I'm like,
this is my fate. This is where I'm supposed to be. And I'm like,
I think you're just making bad
decisions. You kind of put yourself in that position.
You're making bad decisions left and right.
Yeah.
And God's like, I didn't tell you to do that. This is your trial because you're putting yourself in this trial, not because.
Right.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I could see both those. That's good. I enjoy though. This is a terrible transition that I'm going to, because I had two different things to talk about. The other one is, Jeremy, do you have any tips? And part of this is from, I believe, a sermon, because I don't remember where these notes came from recently, but how we can, it's 2026, and some people, not all of us, because we've talked about how we don't really do New Year's resolutions as much, but how can we overcome the discouragement that we get in our lives, whether it be in our faith, whether it be things like, I'm sorry, just to drop these. This is like no emails, no prep on this, just top of the head.
I think the biggest thing is that, and this kind of ties into what we just talked about, like God's will. I think the biggest thing is that people just give up way too soon. Mm-hmm. That results in any world take time, And I think a lot of people think that if they feel like God's leading them to do something, or if it's just something they want to do, that there should be like immediate instant results. And when they don't get those results, they just give up and move on. I mean, that's just human nature. Like, I didn't get the results I wanted quickly, so I just move on to something else. And so I think the biggest thing is you just have to keep showing up. Consistency. I think I talked about it 2 weeks ago. Like, consistency is the biggest thing. Is just keep doing it over and over again, even when you may not feel like it or you don't have the energy to do it. Like, just keep doing it, And I think that's the biggest thing is people just give up way too easy versus going through the hard work of having to do something worth changing.
Don't you figure, like, as a culture, like in Western mindset, like we are basically given stuff automatically. Like, things just come easy to us. They're given to us easily.
But it's like Walmart plus Amazon. Like
exactly. That's my whole point. Like, do you feel like
it.
we've created that habit? It's not really necessarily a human instinct to just give up because something's hard. Like, someone who has to do hard things on a daily basis probably wouldn't think too much of it.
Yeah, well, I think that, and I think we also want the easy fix, and like the quick fix. And I think for some people, God is the quick fix, they think. And then when God's work it's like Paul, that I talked about, like Saul becomes Paul. He has this conversion experience, like without a doubt that God's calling him to do this. But it still takes 3 years before he gets to do anything because he has to unlearn and relearn and change his heart and change his mind. And like most people would just be like, most people would be ticked off at God. Like, God, I gave up my old life. I mean, and that's the hard thing about Paul. Like, Paul had power, prestige, like wealth, influence. He had all the things you'd want in any world. And he gave all that up. And then like 3 years later, he's still just sitting in Arabia with no influence, no wealth, no nothing. And I think that would just be, most people would have given up by then.
Do you think, and I don't know necessarily how, I mean, I kind of know how your all's childhoods were, but not super hard, but not, luxurious. What do you think about, are we doing a disservice to our children by not making them struggle more and do hard things? Because, we have the softest, it is legit, like the softest generation, like of kids coming up. And I mean, for lots of fronts, and I don't try to get into old man talk. I really do think so. Like, I think that like everything, well, I think it goes back into Sunday, and I'll let Penny talk sometimes, but like, I think that we have created kids that everything is emotionally based of how they feel versus like you just, and that part of that is because like, we want their feelings, they want them to know their feelings are valid and that they're real. And like, we want to encourage them. But I think we've gone so far to that point of like, coddling that in some ways that now that they get older and have to make real life decisions and it's not like easy, or it can't be an emotionally based decision. It has to be like a logic and reason based decision. Like that's tough. Yeah.
So
yeah. Taylor's almost 17, my oldest, and she is at a point where like even her friends, like I get it, like that generation never wants to hurt anyone's feelings. Everyone's opinions are validated. Everyone's opinions are right. And like, I'll give you an example. Like today, like today she drove to school and I was sitting in the passenger seat and we were coming up in the school parking lot and she paused because she didn't know where to go. And the person behind her kind of got on her tail a little bit and like she freaked out. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm putting them in a situation and they're not going to know where to turn. And like she starts to cry and I'm like, oh my gosh, y'all are a bunch of soft kids. Like it's okay. They can wait it out. Like I think that they care so much about other people's opinions or other people's thoughts that they're not thinking for themselves.
Yeah.
So
You said
And I think they're afraid. I think that like, I can't say exactly what I want to say, but I'll say it this way. I think what Penny's saying is true, is that they're so worried they're like going to get canceled or judged or like they're going to say something wrong that they can't ever say anything worth saying.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like it's just like, if you hear teenage kids talk now, I mean, you're just like, I think this could be the old man in me, but it's just like, what are y'all talking about? Like, this is the dumbest conversation I've ever heard in my life. And I'm sure when I was 16, I wasn't having like great conversations all the time either. But like when I hear them talk about like their life plans and like stuff, and I'm like, where do you think you live? Like, how do you know, like, but it is like so much of it is emotionally based, but also like they're afraid. And I'm not saying this is true because there's probably another pendulum on there of kids that could care less, but like about if they hurt people's feelings or what they want to say. But I don't know. It just feels like we're going to struggle in a few years when they start having to make real decisions.
when they're like
themselves.
adults.
Yeah.
Well, I think that probably our grandparents thought that about us and probably every generation. And I think they were all probably right that like this is the softest generation and it just keeps getting softer and more that way because some of the stuff now that she's in high school and I'm like, the things that she'll say are like, I'll say and she'll, Dad, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, I'm not a 100-year-old racist person. This is just a funny thing that happened. It's not
and some
bad.
of it's not their fault. I mean, some of it is, and not like trying to get political, but like we have grown adults making really bad decisions right now. Yeah. Like they are like, you know, and so they see that and they're like, well, I don't want to be like that.
Right.
You know, I don't want to be that person or I don't want to. So then there's that tendency to like swing the pendulum the other way. And I don't know. So,
yeah.
Kids are fun.
So how's driving going?
No, I don't want to talk about it. I told you she cried this morning. Like that was my morning. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah. Did you tell him when you were a kid, somebody's on your tail like that, you had to put your cigarette down and shoot him a bird? Tell him, I got your horn right here, buddy.
I wasn't going to say that, but that's okay.
That's all right. Listen, you're not going to get canceled.
I literally said, Taylor, turn. She's like, I'm making them really mad. And I was like, turn the wheel. And like, I'm yelling at her a little bit, and which probably made her cry even more. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
I understand that. I mean, I had a hard time with my parents in the car when I was starting to drive.
And that's why we're all going to have self-driving cars.
Well, just imagine what they're going to be like when they're running a company at like 30. They'd be like, you know, you're not doing that good of a job, but we'll keep you anyways. Like they're going to be so worried about hurting someone else's feelings.
Man, if only my kids both had companies by the time they were 30, I would love that.
Well,
great.
That sounds nice.
My kid will be out looking at bugs apparently because that's what she wants to study in college.
Well, that's where the money is.
Entomology.
Right? Under the bugs.
Here's a new bug.
Well, hey, I mean, that's going to be a good food source for us one day. So that should we have
crickets?
Some of the proteins?
Yeah. Well, you can talk to her about that.
Have you had the cricket flour?
I've had crickets down in Guatemala.
Oh, and aren't you sad you're not going?
Cricket flour.
Yeah, they make
grind
out of ground up crickets. Yeah, we had some cricket cookies. They were called chocolate chirp cookies, and we made them at home, and they were really good.
Yeah, they just grind up crickets. They roast them and grind them up.
Yeah, if you hadn't told me there were crickets in it, you wouldn't know. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Did you see?
Sounds gross.
What is that movie about the
Bug's Life?
Yep, A Bug's Life. That's the one. the one. There's like a train and it's going through the ice.
Automobiles.
Yep, that one too.
No, it's I know what you're talking about. It's the one where
Captain America's going through the back,
looping. Yeah, it's not Speed Train. Speed Train.
Speed Train is like the knockoff
it is
version.
a good movie. Like he has to go through all the
the classes.
Make his way to the front. Yeah, make his way to the class.
It's like a sequel to Willy Wonka. They said
Bullet Train.
No, I don't think it's called.
No.
Bullet Train.
That's different.
That is different.
Bullet Train's a Netflix movie, or it was on there. Anyway, this was a really good movie, but they found out they were eating bugs. Like that was, they get to the part where and the guys are like, you've been feeding us bugs? Because like the little bars they would give the poor people in the back were bugs, because the people up front were eating regular. And I was like, yeah, if you at least disguise it as real food, it's not bad.
Okay, sorry. I'm trying to figure out this movie.
Snowpiercer.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah. Well, y'all looked.
We just were talking about it for 5 minutes, and then
you're like, that sounds good. Oh, yeah, I did see that.
It triggered something. Sorry.
That's okay. What were you going to say?
Captain
Nothing,
America, the crickets, the walking through the cars did nothing for you.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
Just I remember the snow. and they couldn't get out
pierced.
of they couldn't get off the train, right?
Yeah, it's just constantly going.
Yeah, but they eventually get off.
No,
Sorry,
I don't remember the end of it.
Are you
He
sure?
makes his way to the front, and then he
Or
like
there's like a
destroys
polar bear or something out there, right? No, okay.
A polar bear?
No, he never gets off the train. He like makes his way. He has to like fight his way all the way to the front to the classes to destroy the top class or whoever's running.
If you look it up, people think it's a
I don't really
sequel
remember.
to-
It was really long.
A sequel
Now
to
I think
Willy
about it,
Wonka.
I don't actually remember how it ended.
There was a TV
I know
show
he
about
makes
that.
his way to the front, but I don't remember what happens once he makes his way.
I thought he got off.
He got to the front.
How did he get off? The train never
It
stops.
doesn't slow down. It's a
It just-
bullet
we-
speed train.
We need to look this up,
No,
y'all.
we don't. We just need to cut
We
it
just
off.
need to watch it. We need to do a mystery sides. We should do that. A mystery sides theater podcast.
We should watch Christian movies and have a Mystery Science Theater 2000 watch along.
God told us to.
So
That's
it's,
what
I just every time y'all say that, it reminds me of Kanye's song. Is it Kanye or is it what's his name? God's Plan? Isn't
That's
that a song?
Drake.
That's Drake.
Yeah, it's popping in my head.
it's popping. Yeah, that's Jack Harlow.
God's plan. I'm
You know,
like,
I don't
oh,
know that
goodness.
song. I remember that coming out, but I'm not a big Drake person.
Well,
He's not
it's
the.
on
for,
mine.
good, for good reason.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, hey,
it's hot in here.
big.
That's a
That's a Nelly song.
That's Nelly.
He'll probably be doing that this summer at the Rock the Country tour. Yeah. All right. Well, all right. That was a good. That was a good button on it, Penny. Good way to end it strong.
You're
so,
welcome.
all right. Well, you know, we're not known for our first of the year episodes, but hey, we'll be back in a couple weeks. We might have David back on. He seemed very excited, and we'll have more topics and wonderful things in
And
2020.
food. We'll do some food.
We're having some naked chips. We
Yeah.
might be half naked ourselves if this heat comes on like this. We might have a
burning
shorts.
up
and
right
you
now.
didn't turn it off. You should
I'm
have told
like,
me.
I am sweating right
It's
now.
pretty warm. I didn't know if it was the rock star going through
And
me.
I
or
like
if it
got
was-
rid of the turtle too. I was like, oh goodness.
Penny has got the heaviest lumberjill shirt on that
Yeah.
I don't know what she's doing sweating, but all right. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll be back with you next time.
All right. Shut them down.
Sorry, 50 dub, I even got it tatted on.